Ladies and gentlemen, or let me, three, two, one. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another special senior edition episode. For the I don't know senior month, whatever I'm doing. I'm joined by my former coworker, Warren Central soccer star, committed to Marian University Wisconsin, Ruby Dollar. How are you doing?
Okay, how are you?
Um, Rushed everything a lot. Got a lot going on. First, what do you think I should call this? Because I was thinking like soccer star or something. Because I'm trying to have Gabe on also. Hopefully at least. So, do you think like just Warren Central soccer star SmackDown or something? I need another S word. Not exactly sure, but
Super Senior Soccer Smackdown.
Super Senior Soccer Smackdown. I like that. Okay, with the alliteration, we have not something spicy. It's something dry. Popeye's biscuits. You know the lore behind it, all that stuff. Ruby, what do you think about Popeye's biscuits?
I haven't had them in a minute, but my mouth is already dry.
Just
and I
thinking
can
about
tell
it.
I'm dehydrated, so it's not going to be good.
Hopefully, they give me napkins. So I'll go ahead and have you. I'll pop the box right there. We might be able to eat like two each. They gave me a coupon though. That's even worse. No napkins. We're getting greasy. It's all good. I'll just pop this one. You don't even have to finish it. Just like just a few bites. Oh. I can already feel it.
It's like buttery, but not buttery at all.
It's like the first bite, you're like, oh, it's not too bad. But then you die trying to actually eat it. I don't know what I can do. All right. I didn't think this through, because if we're trying to talk. Oh.
You good? You good?
I hope so. Okay, first question. So when did you start playing soccer?
When I was 3.
3.
At the YMCA, yeah.
Okay. And what position did you ever switch positions?
So when I was younger, I was a defender. And then for like the first 2 years of high school, well, in middle school, I switched to being an offensive player, normally a winger. And then the first 2 years of high school, I was an offensive player, a winger, left wing. And then for my junior and my senior year, I've been playing attacking midfield. And then for my travel club as well.
So right now I'm hearing words.
So, like,
Okay, thank you.
the attacking midfield, so the wingers are the ones on the outside that make runs, but then they also get back on defense.
Okay.
The attacking midfield is, like, right behind the striker, the forward person. Yeah, we're, like, right behind them. So we basically get to the top of the 18 on a offensive play, and then they either cross us the ball for us to get a shot right at the 18, or, like, someone else shoots and I just crash the keeper. And then
Okay.
I also get back on defense a little bit.
When I go back and edit this, I'm gonna like look on Quizlet, find some soccer vocabulary. But you mentioned you were playing. I still feel it. Like it's like a little speck. You mentioned you've been playing since you were 3. What made you fall in love with it? Because I played little basketball leagues, but I guess I have a different reason. I'm not
Yeah.
logically speaking. But what made you fall in love with soccer?
I started playing it because my older sister played it, and then I wanted to be like her. But then it's kind of like I just fell in love with the people I was playing with. I had some really good coaches at a young age that made me fall in love with the sport. And I honestly have made all of my friends through athletics. So it's just been basically my way to connect with other people.
Ooh, and then were there any other sports that you played, or has it just been soccer?
I did ballet when I was little.
Ballet.
I sucked.
You suck.
I sucked so bad.
I didn't even know that. What? Oh my gosh. And then at Warren, has that been 4 years also, or you've been playing ever since your freshman year?
Yeah, I've been on varsity since freshman year.
What? For real?
Yeah.
You're just good like that? Jeez. And then COVID and everything. That was a big question mark for a lot of the sports. They're like, will they go on? I wasn't sure if marching band would continue for us. First, did you think that you were going to have a soccer season or a full one?
I didn't think we were going to end up having a full one, which, like, we did, but we didn't because they had to push it back 2 weeks. But then they just crammed everything into the couple months that we had.
And then what made, I guess, how did COVID make everything else different, too?
It definitely, so it messed up my junior travel season. We got in, like, 3 tournaments. And then, literally, we went into lockdown the day before my first ISL game, my league games for travel soccer. So then I lost the majority of my junior travel season, which is a big recruiting opportunity in soccer for your junior year. And then over the summer, it kind of messed up our preseason, like workouts and just getting the new girls and getting comfortable with each other on the field. But luckily, me and Jenna Keats, my fellow captain, were able to kind of, like, get, like, a couple of girls together. It was probably about 10 of us that were consistent throughout the summer. And we worked out together just to keep each other on track, basically.
And then also, was this your first season as a captain, or have you been?
So this was my first senior as a captain at Warren. I've been a captain pretty consistently on travel teams, though.
And what new responsibilities came with being a captain? Take your time. You're good.
Speaking to the ref, which I'm not good at, I argue with them so much.
Ooh. You're like you're always like an aggressive. Right. I don't know. Is it like you just get that much into it?
Yeah. On Saturday, or was that Saturday or Sunday? This past Sunday, I almost got a red card for speaking to the ref.
Dang, what stuff do you say to them?
So I already got a yellow card in the game for a foul. But it really wasn't a bad foul. Like, I barely touched the ground. She just kind of fell over.
See, that's the
My
thing about
coach
soccer.
Like, it's contact. You're going to fall over. You're going to get touched. But then, like, even my coach agreed I shouldn't have gotten a yellow card for that. Because, like, I almost broke this girl's leg towards the beginning of the season for this past, like, this travel season. You just said that so
nonchalant.
Yeah.
Oh, she almost killed somebody. Like, what?
It's fine. But, yeah, I almost broke her leg, and then my coach has been really on me about my fouls since then to make sure I don't hurt someone. Which, like, she's okay. But, like, she almost wasn't. But he agreed that shouldn't have been a yellow card. So, it couldn't have been that bad for me to get yelled for that.
I mean,
but then I said something to the ref, and he's like, "You want a red 21?" And I was, like, just smiling at him. I said, "No, sir."
Also, that's another thing I forgot about. So, have you always been 21, or is it how often do you get a choice and all that?
You normally do get a choice for travel soccer in high school. So when I was young, I was number 10, and then I got to a new club, and I had to pick a new number. So I picked number 12, which was my favorite soccer player at the time, Lauren Holliday's number. She was on the U.S. Women's Nationals team. She got a couple gold medals and a couple world championships, or World Cups. What am I saying? She got a couple World Cups, and then she's actually from Indiana. She graduated from Ben Davis. So I picked number 12 for her, and then I had to move to a new club, and they already had a number 12, so I just switched the numbers to make it 21. And then I had 21 since, like, middle school, 7th grade till 12th grade. And now for my college team, I actually got to pick my number a couple of days ago, so I'll be going back to number 12.
Okay, because I think I remember your Snapchat. That might be, like, Rubs 012.
Maybe yeah, that or something one.
Like that. Yeah. Because I do remember that. I was like, 12 has to be something significant, but then you got 21. Yeah, it was my
old soccer number.
Okay, see that? It helps to remember, everybody. And then, how did your guys' soccer season end? I can't exactly remember.
For high school?
Yeah.
So for high school, we had a little bit of a turnaround at the end of our season. In the beginning of the season, we lost to LC 7-0. And then in sectionals play, we actually tied them in overtime, or tied them at the end of regular play. So at the end of the 90 minutes, it was still 0-0. So then we went into a PK shootout where we ended up winning 3-2. So we were able to get a dub towards the end of the season, but then we went on to playing like the number 2 team in the States, and then we got knocked out. But I was just really proud of the girls for being able to just like grow from the beginning of the season and go from a 7-0 lose to a 3-2 tie or a 3-2 win.
Yeah, that's real. That's real good captain stuff. And personally, what type of legacy do you think you're leaving behind in terms of soccer?
I feel like I didn't exactly get along with some of the girls on the team and Miss Burchett for the first year and maybe even my junior year. But then senior season came, and I was just really, really focused on trying to be a positive person on the team and trying to, like, encourage the younger girls. Mm-hmm. So I just hope that some of the younger girls can take what I taught them my senior year and just build off of that and I try to get a mentality into one of the freshmen's head, Abby Greiner. She is a very good player. She's very skilled, and she's still very young. So she needs to learn how to become a leader now and help grow the team now because she's one of the most skilled players on the team, yet the youngest.
Mm. And also for club soccer, how long have you been involved, like playing with different clubs?
So I've been playing club soccer since I was 10 years old. It started at Eastside Soccer Association, ESSA over here.
I forgot about ESSA. Is
yeah.
that still a thing, or
no? It died a very long time ago. But yeah, I started there, and I'm actually friends with a lot of people that I played at that club with. Like, Tyler Horton played there with me. His dad was my coach. Yeah, he played soccer until middle school. He didn't start playing basketball until, like, 7th grade because he got freakishly tall in, like, 2 months.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah. And then Owen, he played there with me. AJ Duvall played there. I don't remember if we were ever on the same team, but I know we practiced a couple times together. But, yeah. There's still a lot of people that I'm in contact with that I played there. And then I moved to FTSC, Franklin Central Soccer Club or whatever. I hated that team. I'm friends with maybe 3 people still from that team. The rest of the girls were very mean.
Why'd you? Oh, that was just the reason you hated it, or was it more?
It was mainly that, but then also one of the coaches I had there, his daughter was on the team.
Oh, that's
and, like, she literally could not aim at all. Like, if you put her in front of a big old barn and told her to hit the side of the barn with the ball, she would chip it over or, like, chip it to the side. And he, like, worshipped her, and she started and was the captain, and it was just bad.
That sounds horrible.
All those girls went to Franklin Township, and they were all like, that little white girl from Warren. And I'm like, my little, like, 13-year-old self is just here, like, what does that even mean?
Also, what is playing, oh, my goodness. How is club soccer different from playing at Warren?
So, club soccer, so I'm currently at FC Pride. FC Pride's a pretty top-tier club. We have 3 different teams for my age group. One of them is national, one of them is regional, and then mine is local. So my local team, all the girls on there are very skilled, very talented players, and it's a lot more technical and fast-paced game compared to high school soccer. High school soccer is very, like, aggressive and very contact. For travel soccer, it's more of I can dribble around you and move the ball around you and go score on your keeper, laugh in your face about it. High school soccer is like I will knock you down and laugh in your face about it. So it's a pretty big difference. And it kind of takes a second to adjust back from being the knock you down and laugh in your face to dribble around you and laugh in your face. Because that's why I get a lot of my cards.
Of course.
For travel soccer.
I mean, that might be the thing. Like, you get so comfortable, and, like, that's just a part of the competition nature.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
It's pretty funny. They get very mad when you're aggressive with them in travel soccer.
I could believe it. And also, I mean, because I got to experience my, like, first type of, like, AAU basketball watching that, and I was like, this is so different. And I feel like it's like that with anything, like, with club soccer, not hating on anybody in the high school level, but you have a wide range. You got people that, at the bottom of the lineup, you have people that distinctly aren't as good, but with clubs,
especially
you have
with
everybody
high
that's
school
better.
soccer, there's a lot of freshmen that will be on varsity teams. But with club soccer, all the girls on my team are 17 to 19 years old. So it's pretty like we're all at the same spot in our lives where high school, you got some little 14-year-old that has never touched a weight in their life.
Yeah, because you're likely playing against, like, a whole roster of the best, like, player on each team compared to you got freshmen that, like, barely train and, like, don't have as much experience. And playing, I don't know why it's as bad. It's like I'm trying to do everything.
I still feel a little bit in the back of my throat.
It's like my phlegm is trying to, like, help me, but it's not working. But how have you grown through it, through playing with club soccer, age 10 to 18 now?
Yeah. Being at club soccer has helped me a lot just with technical, but also learning how to address different situations. Because you meet a lot of different girls that don't have anything in common with you. And it's like you have to figure out a way to relate to this girl and a way to be nice to this girl, even though you don't like her. So it's like you build a little bit of character doing it. And then also, like, it's the coaches. Some of the coaches are really good. Some of the coaches will cuss you out. High school coaches normally don't cuss you out too much for soccer. But I had this one travel coach last year. Oh, my gosh, I was terrified of him. I was so scared of him. I also had this one travel coach. If he got mad at you, he would, like, throw his phone at you or throw his phone at your book bag. He broke his phone. It was shattered by the end of the season.
Did Gabe ever, like, just toss his phone to you? Like, when you're walking with him?
Yes.
That was the worst thing. He still kind of does
terrifying.
it.
I'm like, and he's always breaking his phone and always like, guys, I need to buy a new phone.
I was like, what do you expect?
Give $1 for a new phone. I'm like, dude, stop throwing it.
I really hope I can get to interview because I want to ask him about the bracelet thing that he did.
Oh my God, freshman year, I don't think he made anyone their bracelet. He just took the money and ran. He's a little scammer.
He didn't even get a new phone with it either.
I
That's
know.
the thing about it. And also, what has been your favorite memory with club soccer?
So on the first travel club I was ever on, it was a boys club. It was a boys team. And there was this one boy on the team that was so mad about me being on the team, me being a girl on the team. And, like, Tyler Horton, his dad was my coach at the time, and he, like, drilled it into the boys' brain that when I was on the field, I was not a girl. I was a fellow soccer player, and I should be treated like that. Well, by the end of the season, the boy that hated me being a girl on the boys' soccer team was literally sprinting up and down the sideline yelling, "Girl power, go Ruby." So it was that's my favorite. I'll always remember that.
That's good character development.
Yeah.
And also, I hear, like, you guys take a lot of trips overall, or do you?
For
does your
travel
team do
soccer?
That?
Yeah, we go out of state a couple times.
What's been your favorite trip that you've ever taken?
Probably Ohio. Actually, no, that was Crown Point. We go to Ohio a lot, but there was a Crown Point tournament that we went to a couple weeks ago. But I don't know if I'm legally allowed to tell that story because that dude was on something, and it was very funny. It's not even legally. It's if my mom finds out.
Oh, yeah, we won't worry about it then. Next question. I get to talk to JC a lot about just, like, asking stuff about club soccer. She says she spent so much for her club, like, I think 2,000 something a year,
yeah,
maybe
mine's
even more.
about $2,000 a year.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's crazy expensive, but if you go, there's some clubs that are cheaper and they will teach you some stuff, but the more expensive clubs like FC Pride, Indy Fire, Indy Premier, which is where JC's at, those clubs will get you so much college exposure that it'll be worth it when your scholarship comes.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask about scholarships later because I was wondering, you got, like, a bunch. Didn't you get one of the big checks?
No, I didn't get one of those. Are you talking about, like, that big one that Branson got? No.
Oh, damn.
I don't even know what I would do with that.
Pictures, that's all you do.
Literally.
You want one?
Yeah.
I'll probably give him the extras because I'm not taking this home. What am I going to do with it? And then speaking of college exposure, what has the recruiting process been like for you?
The recruiting process has been pretty easy for me. I've had college interested in me since 8th grade. I've had a range of divisions interested in me. But at the end of the day, it was really where I would get playing time all 4 years because I knew if I went D2 or D1, I would not get any playing time my freshman year, and I hate sitting on the bench. So I was like, I don't think I would be able to manage that. Like, I would just be in such a bad spot mentally, not being able to actually play. But other than that, my coaches really helps me out, and then really it's just, like, your coaches will help you out, figure out who to contact, and, like, who's going to be at tournaments, and then it's, like, you have to take it over and take the initiative to contact the coach and invite them to your tournament and to, like, just kind of explain who you are and your character.
And is the playing time the main thing that helped you land on Marian, Wisconsin?
So their assistant coach there is actually my old coach.
Ooh.
He's one of my favorite. Oh no.
You got her. You can get the water if you need to. I don't.
It just got stuck for a second. I was like, ew. But, yeah, he's one of my favorite coaches I've ever had. He's really chill. So I wanted to go. I liked him, and he's been telling me since he had me as his player, you're going to play for me in college. And at the time, he was at Anderson University in Indiana. So I was like, yeah, okay, maybe. And then the head coach there I kind of liked, but I wasn't too feeling it. And then he moved to Wisconsin. And he, like, texted me the day that he moves. He's like, you're still playing for me. I was like, okay, George. But at the end of the day, it was really in between Marian in Wisconsin, Marian, Indiana, Anderson University, IU Kokomo, and this D2 school that was down south. I don't even remember where it was because I was not interested in them. But I was like, do I want to go D2? But at the end of the day, they have a really good program for what I want to study. I love both the coaches, the head coach and the assistant coach. Okay, stop.
The record video did. You can go and keep answering the question. I'm done. Oh no. Yeah, you can go and keep going.
But yeah, so I really like the coaches, and what finally made me decide to go there is when I visited in the fall. I was supposed to have like a player panel with the girls that were already there. I was expecting like 3 players. Their entire team showed up to talk to me.
Oh, just for you?
Yes,
What?
I was the only one there. Like, their entire team showed up, and they literally had to tell some girls to go away because there were too many people in the box and, like, it wasn't COVID friendly. So they had to tell, like, 10 girls to go away. And they were just all super nice, and, like, a lot of them have reached out to me on social media. And they're like, oh, my gosh, you're going to be my little baby freshman. And they're like, I'll tell you everything you need to take. And then, like, for the summer conditioning, let me tell you, because they're going to kill you. I was like, oh, God.
Well, it seems like you're already fitting in great. I don't know if I asked this yet. What's the environment like? Did I say that?
No, but it's a really small school. It actually only has about 1,500 students, so it's less than half of what Warren has.
Like freshman class.
Yeah, I was a little bit nervous about that, but, like, at the same time, I'll be walking around Warren, and then somebody says hi to me, and I don't know who they are, and it honestly just scares me. So I'm kind of hoping that at Marian, I'll know everyone that knows me.
That's probably the better part.
Because I don't know. It's just weird to me.
Yeah, I mean, I guess now even for me it's different because I'm announcements, but I'm like, do I?
Someone said hi to me the other day. They're like, do you remember me? I was like,
oh, that's the worst. Like when they ask and you're,
I said, yeah.
like, what's my name? Like, I gotta go to class.
I only remember what I've been told about you. Sorry, I don't remember your actual name.
And then you also mentioned what you were studying. You know, if you can.
Special education and elementary education. So I will be certified to teach from 3 years old. Actually, right now I'm certified to teach from 0 to 5 through my CDA credential. But I'm going to school to get a little bit more training. But I'll be able to teach from special ed and then also gen ed kids from 3 years old all the way up until 5th grade. But I want to teach 3 to 5 year olds sped.
And what made you overall get involved with it?
So when I was in 2nd grade, I was in this class that had like a lot of kids in there that was really mean. This one girl stole my lip gloss like every day. I was butthurt about it. Like, don't steal my Hannah Montana lip gloss, girl. Just chill out. But so then when we went to gym, they would have the sped class come into the gym class with us, or like music or whatever we had that week. And they would like pair me up with one of the sped students to help them out. Mm-hmm. I just really liked working with them. So then I was like, I'll try it again in high school, see if I really like it. I just really like working with the students. They're really sweet. And then it's like when they have a progression in their development, it's really small, but like when you're working with them every day and you see it finally, it's like really big and just really like exciting to see them just develop a little bit and learn how to accommodate to their situation. Like, what do we want the other day? I was just standing with one of my students, and I was like, "There's," and said her name while pointing in the mirror, and she said her name, and she'd never said her name before, so it was really cool.
So, yeah, it's like a great reward that you get from all the progression.
Yeah.
And for the senior superlatives, I can't exactly remember if I think I did put your name down for the girl side. I know I did, Gabe. It was so hard. Did you look at it yet?
I looked at them, and like me and a bunch of the other year 2 girls in my teaching class, we were all doing it, and we're like, we don't know anyone's name. And I keep confusing juniors with seniors.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I don't know what's going on. I was just like, oh my gosh.
Because I just did a bunch of guys, because I was like, one, I don't already see too many like girls that I actually know like that I would want to vote for. I'm like,
yeah.
Then you just have a class with some people and you don't know what they do. So I'm like,
I don't know you people. Like, I'm looking through it. I was like, what's that one kid that looks like this and he does this and they do that? And they're like, are you talking about this kid? I was like, no. It was just a mess.
Are you doing Senior Olympics too?
I'm doing Senior Olympics. I don't know who I'm doing it yet. I'm trying to convince Gavin to make a team with me.
That would be a good team.
Exactly. Right, but he wants to do it with the baseball team, I think. But he may just make me do it with the baseball boys. I don't know if I want to do it with the baseball boys.
Why not?
Because they're crazy.
That's good, though, in terms of a competition.
That's true.
Because you got Gavin, you got Colin, you got you.
Bryce
Davidson.
It's 6 people? I thought it was like 3 or 4.
No, it's 6 total.
Oh, then yeah, I'm going to get stuck with the baseball boys.
Because it's hard to get, like, overall. I wish I could have got, like, Gabe McNary or someone on the basketball team.
I wish it was, like, you just pick your group and it doesn't have to be Gold or Black days because it's after school anyways.
Yeah, that's the – I guess, then again, like, transportation and all that. But, like, if you really wanted to do it, then you would come. Hopefully we can win for our days or something. We don't know the events or anything. It's probably going to be, like, field day.
It will, but then at the same time, like, they have to make it COVID friendly. So I don't even know what we're going to do. It's going to be weird.
Because my brother, he graduated 2 years ago. He wouldn't remember, like, anything.
They did, like, that, you know, the, like, sponge where you had to soak the sponge with the water and then go, like, drip it out.
Yeah, I
know they did that. And then they did, like, they put their shoes in the middle and they, like, put somebody on a little scoop board and they, like, wheeled them in there and they had to find their shoe and grab it and wheel them out. So I don't know what they're going to have us do because we can't do either of those, really.
If it's basketball related, my team
wins.
An L. Probably not.
It's an L.
I don't know. I hope it's fun. I'm realizing, like, just so much senior stuff going on in 1 week. You got the senior luncheon.
And it was, like, nothing all school year. And then they're like, hey, here's all this stuff. And I'm like, bro, I don't have the time management to fit this in right now.
Especially, like, so much stuff doing with this in class. Like
AP tests, finals, and that all at the same time.
Is AP late your only
Thankfully, yeah. Because I already took, because, like, technically for my teaching class, that's dual credit, but, like, I already took my CDA whatever it's called test, so that's what was my final for that test.
So you have a cakewalk for, like, the rest of school now.
No.
Technically. What else do you have?
I'm still messed up. I'm, like, a week behind still from having a concussion.
Oh, yeah. See, I was thinking about putting a question in about that, just, like, how you deal with it, but I was like, is that mean? Is that, like, messed up? But
Tyler Horton, his mom had to tell him not to make like, edit the video of me getting kicked in the head and edit it with sound effects.
He was about to do
He
that.
was going to post a TikTok. I was like, you at least have to wait until I'm recovered.
Was it the first time you ever got one or not? The first? How many have you gotten?
Diagnosed 3. I know I've had more than that. I know I did.
How many total do you think you had? Like, even ones that they didn't.
At least 4. At least. Probably more. I busted my head open twice when I was, like, I busted my head open once when I was 4 up here. And then I busted my head open again when I was, like, 6 or 7 back here. And I'm pretty sure I had concussions with those based on the stories my mom told me about how I was acting.
Are they all from soccer, too?
So I ran into the corner of a wall, running away from my sister. She was chasing me around the couch. I said she smelled, so I didn't want to give her a hug. So I, like, turned around, see how far she was from me, turned back around, ran into the corner of a wall. I get up, there's, like, blood dripping down my face, and I, like, walk into the, like, little doorway of the kitchen. I'm like, Mommy. She turns around. She sees me just blood dripping all down my face. She screams. She drops my pizza.
Oh,
so
no.
I started crying because she dropped my pizza. So that was the first one I busted my head open. This one, Paul Park. The hill.
Yeah.
I thought I was being a little smarty pants my 7-year-old self. We were going sledding. And I was like, no one's going down this slide. I don't have to wait in the line. So I go down that side.
Oh, no.
There was, like, sticks at the bottom of it. And there was, like, metal sticks, like, and there was stuff, like, poking out of it, like, stuff you put the signs on, right?
Yeah.
So then one of them just, like, went straight into my head because I turned around because I only weighed, like, 30 pounds. And I just started spinning. I'm like, whee, boink. So I had to get staples there, stitches here. I got my first diagnosed concussion in 7th grade. I was swimming with my friend. She thought I was drowning because I decided to play a prank on her.
Oh,
and she,
my
like,
God.
flipped me up, and I hit my head on the, like, concrete wall of the pool. And then my second concussion was freshman year. I literally had just subbed into the game. This girl throws the ball in. I think it was our throwing. My player throws the ball in, but it went to the other team. And then the other team literally just kicked it straight into my face from, like, 2 feet away. And I was just, like, walking around like this. Like, just chilling. I was like, what's up? And then my most recently diagnosed one, it was the championship of a tournament. And it was against a team in my own club. It was against a team that's 1 division higher than me, right? So then it's tied 0-0 the entire game. We get to the second half, it's, like, heated. Like, everyone's mad at each other. They're going for, like, trying to take us out a little bit. And then this girl, oh, my goodness. So this girl, when we beat LC, right, in PKs, she's the reason we won because she missed her PK. I went over there and helped that girl up and gave her a hug while she was crying on the floor, right? So the other team is taking a corner. And then I go to head the ball out of the corner. This girl comes up and does a bicycle kick right into my head.
Oh, no.
And then, like, they score off of it, so they ended up winning because of that. And it was an illegal kick because it was a high kick. So I'm just sitting on the ground like this. Like, I'm like this on the ground. I'm like, guys? And then the referee's like, is she okay? And they're like, no, she got kicked in the head. I literally had a quake mark on my forehead for, like, a week. But, yeah, so then, like, I start going off the field, and I'm literally, like, about to puke, like, I'm puking. And she's just over there giggling, the girl that I like, consoled after she lost the game for her team. It was...
Because you posted the video, right? I think
yeah.
I saw it.
That girl just said, wink right into my forehead.
You might need to tell Tyler to add the bonk Snapchat thing once you're all recovered and everything. Now, now's not the time.
I'm technically cleared, but it's like my brain's still a little bit slow with this academic stuff.
You need a break. Just like
I forgot how to talk for 2 hours after I got kicked.
Oh my God! Did you say you couldn't drive home? Well, I guess.
Yeah, I couldn't. I wasn't allowed to drive for a couple days because my vision was blurry. I couldn't see out of this eye because this was the side that I got kicked. I couldn't see out of this eye for a little bit after I got kicked. But, like, so I'm sitting on the couch at home. When we were driving home from the game, I started getting, like, slurred speech. But then we get home, and I'm just sitting on the couch, and my mom's, like, talking to me about something. I go, but. And I'm, like, trying to talk, but I can't do more than, like, babble. And then she's like, can you talk? I said, Bubba, and she's like, okay, let's go to the hospital. I said, Bubba. I'm like trying to tell her that I want pajama pants because I'm still in my soccer uniform. I'm like, I want sweatpants.
How are you still alive?
I don't know.
After everything.
I'm just here. I don't even think half my brain is still in there. I think half of it's like dead. Just with how many times I bruised it.
Just disconnected. It's just floating.
Literally.
I guess going away from concussions and everything, do you remember what month I remember they recognized you and Zeke for the Set a Good Example. They might have done.
They had that picture in that case for
so long. I think now
it was my junior picture too. I was so happy. I came in on Monday. I didn't see it there. I said, Gavin, look, it's not there anymore.
What month was it for?
September.
Okay, see, both of you guys were September. I don't know why they did it like this for this semester because they had like 15 people.
They did it all at the same time. They're like, this person was for this month, but then they didn't say it until May.
Yeah, and then they're going to have they said all pictures. I guess I don't really care anymore.
In the case?
Yeah. That's what Shepard said. Just recognizing everybody. I don't even think I saw the picture that we took. I don't know, man. It's whatever.
I hope they don't put me back in there.
They might as well at this point. But what all do you do at Warren Central?
So I am involved in the early childhood education classes. So I teach a inclusion classroom, both SPED kids and Gen Ed kids. And then I'm a captain of the girls soccer team. I've been on the team all 4 years. I am a member of the Sunny Day Pantry. I've been working with them for 11 years, maybe. I forget. When did they open? They opened my 4th grade year, so that would be.
Oh, you've been working with them ever since they got
Yeah, because my mom's the one that founded it. So it was she founded it, and then I've just been there since.
That's a huge list. No wonder why you got it. How did receiving the award feel? I guess announcements wise.
I didn't know what to do up there. I was just standing there. I kept looking at Shepard can I leave yet? I feel the same way when my signing. They kept talking and talking. I was just sitting there.
Wrap it up, guys.
Looking around. I was like, can I sign it? Can I sign it?
And then also scholarship money. So, what all did you get at the event?
So I got $1,500 from scholarships I applied for, and then from my school, I'm getting about over the course of the 4 years, I'm getting about $110,000. It's
it's a private school.
Yeah, it's a private school.
That seems like a lot.
Yeah, it's $27,000 a year in scholarships I'm getting, and then it's I still have a little bit more to pay each year, but it's really not too bad for a private school education.
Cha-ching, Ruby. Okay, see. Next thing we have to cover it. So your winter snack. Do you have a name for it? Is it just that?
It's white trash.
That's what it's called.
Yeah, it's white trash.
Well, how long have you been making the white trash?
Literally forever. I don't even know how long, because I made it at my old house too, and I moved in 3rd grade.
Is it your recipe or your
So it's me and my mom's. Me and my mom always make a bunch of Christmas candy. So basically, it's there's peanuts in it. There's Rick's cereal in it. There's dark chocolate M&Ms. That biscuit get into you?
Yeah. Oh, my gosh.
Oh. And then, what else is in there? There's pretzels. There's, it's basically a trail mix, just covered in white chocolate. So it's white trash.
Okay, that makes sense. Proposing a trade. I've been getting into making cupcakes, and I'm going to make some for teachers. Maybe even sometime over the summer, trade a bag or whatever.
Graduation gift.
Okay, I got you. I'll bring it to your open house. I might need to do that. Have you, actually officially done that?
So I'm actually begging my grandma tonight to let me have it at her house, because I don't want to have it at my house, and I don't want to have it at the rink.
Oh, I forgot they did that.
Yeah, I could do it at the rink, but I don't want to do it at the rink.
Yeah, because then it's either skating or you that people are there for. So
it'll be I can't really do anything, because I'll just be talking to people, and then it's trying to talk to everybody in that time space. Where if I do it at my grandma's, it's a lot longer. And my grandma's house is really pretty.
That's why
I
I'm
love
even.
her house.
I want to do one, but it's like
It's so much work.
I don't know if I have the social capacity
I
to like
don't.
people being there for you the whole time. Like, hey, you can go now. I know you wanted to see me. That's it. So I don't know. I feel bad doing that for like 3 hours.
I just hope that enough people show up to where it's like I literally say hi to someone and then I can leave and go to the next person.
Yeah.
Be like, oh, hey. I'm making a lease turkey and she's going to have to help me through it because she's way more social than me.
Oh, that makes sense. Oh, shoot. Well, not coming to waste today. Do you have an important 7th period?
It's DC Trig, but it's Miss Ballard. She won't care.
Oh, she's the goat. Can you tell her I said hi when you leave?
Yeah.
We got a lot left. But yeah, I didn't get to vote on Instagram story for it. I was like, would I want to bother her like that? But I was like, I was thinking about it a lot, and I was too late.
I'm going to end up probably having 2 separate hours where it's like family and family friends and old coaches can come to these hours, and then like friends can come to these hours, just so it's not like a lot of people at my grandma's house at once because she'll kill me.
Okay, that's a good idea.
Try and disperse the amount of people coming at one time. Yeah.
So whenever I come to your open house, I'm gonna get back in discussion about the white trash. Oh no, I went back to the top. So how long have you been working at the roller cave?
Almost. It'll be 3 years at the end of June.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That's like beginning of sophomore year for you.
Yeah,
right?
the summer before my sophomore year, I started working there.
Okay, because I remember like when I started, like you weren't, because you basically talked to me a lot about it during chemistry, and I was like, oh, okay.
It's a pretty chill job as long as you're not lazy, because then everyone's just gonna get annoyed with you and not like you.
I think I started to get lazy. That was the thing.
No, everyone liked you. Shannon still wants you to come back.
Yeah, she had texted me not too long ago. But
yeah.
I've been looking for a summer job right before I got like 3 months before I have to leave. So
yeah.
I might.
Easy. And you already know basically what to do.
I feel like so much has changed, or has a lot changed.
With the staffing, kind of, like, but at the same time, not too much.
It's not too bad.
The 6 to 9 session is only 13 and younger now, though. And there's a 9 to 11 session that you have to have your own skates to go to.
Oh, so no more people, like, trying to
Fighting. No. I was sick of it.
That's a
like,
good
my
idea.
little 5'6" self over here, 115 pounds, trying to break up these big old teenage boys. I'm like, no.
See, that might be, because that was, I don't know. I might consider it. I've been, like, thinking about it, because I need some sort of money.
Yeah.
What else did I have? What did you do starting out compared to what you do now?
At the rink?
Mm-hmm.
Starting out, I really just, like, worked in the stuff shop and did ticket window. But now I'm actually in charge of the stuff shop, and I have keys to the rink.
Ooh.
And Luke has me run my own sessions sometimes, and it's stressful because everyone's my age that's working there or older. So it's like, they're like, why do I have to listen to you? I'm like, keys are why you have to listen to
buddy.
me.
Get out of here.
Right. Done for the day. Bye.
So basically, you're like a manager, but like not a manager, I'd say. Well, I guess now that
Basically.
you're 18, they could probably make you one.
They could, but I'm about to leave, so there's no point.
Are you gonna like work during summers there, or?
Probably, just because it'll be easy.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that makes sense. Also, thank you for giving me a job there. I think one of the main components. I mean, I probably had a good impression when I came to get the application, but I was I said hi, and they're like, "Oh, you know him? Okay." Oh, and then the rest is history.
Literally, I've gotten so many people hired there. It's funny.
I tried, and then like in front of me, they like looked at the application and threw it away. So
Where?
Like I think it was like 3 people, and I was like, oh, I might as well give you guys the application. I think it was Shannon and Jenny looked at it, and they're, nah. I felt bad, but I didn't. It was
I've only ever when someone turns in an application, you're supposed to look it over and then like put it in this folder. The only application I've ever thrown away, this girl. Well, there's actually 2. One of them, his mom filled it out for him. I was like, that's a no. Please do not have your parent fill out a job application for you. And the other one was this little girl who literally like, there was some drama going on between somebody that worked there and this little girl. And she, like, showed up to the rink and literally, like, pinned him against the wall. I was like,
geez.
we're not doing this on a daily basis. No thanks.
Well, I guess one thing is I think even, if anything, I might even want to do the Bat Cave. So, I'll figure it out.
Just text Luke.
I got you. I think he still has my number. I don't know. Next thing was Sunny Day. Oh, no, the fire story. I totally forgot about that. Do you remember what month it was? Because it was like summer of last year.
Yeah, it was.
Like getting close to fall, maybe.
It was summer 2019, I think.
Okay, so the whole story. Well, I want to hear from your perspective first, and then I could.
So I wasn't there, but I was told of the story.
Okay.
Basically, they like had done some like deep cleaning in the bathroom, and there was a session that night. So they took some old bounce house blowers to dry the floor with. So they have old bounce house blowers on the floor, like trying to dry it, and one of them caught on fire. So then Christian was the only one in the rink, and he literally walks, doesn't run, no urgency, walks over to the back cave to tell them. He walks in there, he goes, the rink's on fire. Literally, Luke, Cody, and Zach all take off, trying to, like, they, like, sprint to the rink. And then I show up a couple hours later. I was like, why is there a burnt-up bounce house blower outside? And then they're like, look at the bathroom floor, and there's just, like, melted plastic all over the carpet right outside there. I was like, what?
It was okay. So I guess from my perspective, I was doing cafe for one of the midweek sessions. I think it was like a Wednesday or something, maybe. And it was my first time like being there by myself. They're like, "Oh, you got it." And I thought I was prepping the food and everything. I thought I did something wrong, and I smelled it, but like I didn't know what plastic burning plastic smelled like. I thought it was just something on fire, and I called my mom. I was like, I was crying. I was crying because I was freaking out. I was like, Mama, or wait, did I see the fire first? I'm not exactly sure. What's up, Kanye? What's poppin'?
Hey.
We got an interview going on right now. I'll let you know when I'm done. I got you. I appreciate you. You want one? It's just a biscuit.
I ain't got no water on me, dude.
Right. He tried to tell me I can't have my water over here.
No,
You got it. That's the point.
Jackson, bro. You should let her have something to drink.
I mean, it's been like a good 20 minutes since I took a bite.
Like, I still feel it in my throat.
No, you good. So I think I smelled it, and then I looked outside, just checking, because everything else was dark. Only the cafe was lit up. And I saw
it's
like
creepy in there whenever all the lights are off.
Yeah,
it takes you a while to get used to that.
And I think it was like back when the wall was still silver, like the far near the party stage, and then they had the glass thing, and I could see the blinking reflection. I was like, huh? So I went and looked over, and I'd seen just a glance. I glanced it just 1 second. Nope. Went back inside. Called my mom. I was crying like, Mom, I don't know what to do. Cause I didn't know if anybody was at the bat cave or not. I was like crying. I was like, I don't know. I'm gonna get fired. All that stuff. I was freaking out so much. And then I guess I was like, oh, maybe I can see if there's anybody at the bat cave, because I knew there wasn't anybody up front. So I tried to go there. I felt like I ran. I felt like a power walk, but I guess I did just.
They said he just strolled on in. The rink's on fire.
I think that was the thing, because like I was like, I don't know how to run. Like without me looking weird, because that's the thing. I've been told that I run weird.
But then there's Zach who runs like that.
Yeah, I guess he was more determined. So I got in. I was like, there's a fire in there. They were like, huh? I was like, yeah, the bathroom. So then we went back in. I got everything cleared out. I think I did get right close to it, seeing like, oh, it was one of the bathroom cleaners. Because, I walked in from the office or whatever. I saw that. It smelled like plastic for like 3 months.
It smelled so bad.
It was horrible. I think they got the bathroom working really quickly. But I was so scared. Oh, my gosh.
They still bully you about it. You don't even work there anymore. We still bully you about it.
It still holds true. I saved the roller cave technically. But then again, if I didn't, then I would have gone down with it. So.
Yeah, if you didn't realize what that smell was.
Because, like, now we had another thing in my house where, like, one of the light switches got messed up. I was like, man, some plastic's burning, because I'm an expert at that point. So I knew.
I already know what's going on. My spidey senses are tingling.
Like, oh, my God. It was just the scariest thing ever. And they still made me work. I was like, I want to go home. And they're like, oh, no, you got it. I was like, Luke.
You didn't get burned.
Yeah.
It's okay. It was probably Cody that said that too.
Yeah. It's a good memory. It was funny memory coming from it. Next thing, Sunny Day, you said you've been working with it ever since its existence. So I never knew your mom had an involvement with getting it started. So then was she like, oh, you should help me with it? You actually like wanted to help.
Well, when I was little, I had attachment problems to my mom, so it was like I just followed her everywhere.
Yeah.
I was like 8. So then, so there was this thing. They closed a bunch of the elementary schools down. Do you remember that?
Mhm.
Yeah. When we were in like 2nd and 3rd grade, they closed a bunch of elementary schools down. So then those buildings were vacant, and then the government made this law that charter schools could buy a public school that was not in use for $1.
Huh?
Which is like, that's a whole other conversation. But like, so then my mom was like, you have to have a certain amount of the building in use to be considered not vacant. So then my mom went to the school board and she was like, I have something that can make it so that a charter school can't buy your building for $1. So then she asked them if she could do the pantry. They approved it. So then we started getting donations when I was in 4th grade. It opened in 5th grade. And then, so that was 7-8 years ago, I think. I can't do math. But this is a concussion. But yeah, so then the first couple years there, I would just kind of like help my little noodle arms, was like carrying the like 2 cans at a time trying to help. And then it's just there's some people that still come that have come since the beginning, and it's really just turned into like I go and I see the people, and I help my mom with check-in. That's my job. I check people in to get their food, and then it's really, I just love seeing the people there because I know all of their stories. And I've helped them through things, and they've helped me through things. And it's just a really good community. I love going there.
What building did it take over?
So it was originally, when we first opened, it was in Heather Hills, now called Highlander Park, right there on, what's that, 21st? Is it on 21st?
I don't know streets.
I think it's on 21st. Yeah, it is. But so now we've moved into the new like community center that they're making at Moorhead.
Yeah.
Moorhead Community
Oh,
Center.
so you guys are actually doing stuff there?
So they just moved us back in November into that building. So we have a couple more resources to be able to reach out for our clients as well.
Oh, that's really cool. And then I guess now I had like, do you plan on continuing like helping out there in future years? But now it makes sense, right?
Yeah. When I don't know what happened. Obviously, when I'm in college, I probably won't be back to help. But over the summer, I'll probably help. And when I'm here on breaks, if they have a distribution, I'll help. And then depending on where I end up after college, if I'm by the east side, I'll still come by and help.
Yeah, because aren't you one of the people that like once you graduate, you're trying to get out?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I remember I wasn't like that.
6 hours.
Because I wasn't like that. Oh, you like go 6 hours away, like a plane flight, basically.
My college is 6 hours away. But that's like
I
a
guess
drive.
Wisconsin, yeah. Green
Yeah.
Bay.
It's like 5.5 hours, and then like you kind of gotta make at least one stop in there for gas. So.
What was that? Oh yeah, because I wasn't like that, but I was like, I'm tired of the snow. That's like one of the worst parts.
I went to somewhere with snow.
I
got an email from a coach like last week about some D2 school in Florida. I was like, I could have went to Florida. You're telling me I could have went to Florida? But Florida people be crazy, so I don't even know.
Florida stunk too. Like we went there when we were for band. I was like, it's like pee, poop, and now that I know what weed smells like, it smells a bunch of that there. So, take it with a grain of salt. But yeah, once I'd been to Texas, I was like, man, this is so nice. So I think that's so this just in, I got crumbs on my seat. So we are 3rd place in the IASB, which is like the radio high school broadcasting tournament. So we got 3rd place for best sporting broadcast. Colin got 1st place for best play-by-play. So, we're champions again. Big senior year going on. Exactly. So the next thing, what was the last, because I know it was still sunny day. I think that was the last thing. I was talking about Texas, how I like that. Florida stinks.
I either want to go to Texas or Colorado.
Colorado seems nice.
It seems pretty.
Because like
kind of like the cabin vibe,
and like just the overall mountains and everything that you can get with it.
You can explore a lot there too.
Absolutely. And the next thing, your tattoo. Is it your left shoulder?
It's on this shoulder.
The left. All right. What is it?
Okay,
basically?
so there is this quote that's on my collarbone.
Mhm.
That is in my mom's handwriting. And
that's cool.
yeah, and it's a quote by William Shakespeare that she's been saying to me since I was little. And though she be built little, she is fierce. And then I used to wear a necklace that had that quote on it, but I don't wear it anymore. My mom's like, why don't you wear it anymore? I'm like, it's literally tattooed onto my body. And then there's peonies for my grandma. So let me just do this.
Because I can get a picture. Post it on
Yeah.
there if you need me to.
Oh my gosh. This shirt is really tight. But yeah, so there's peonies that for my grandma. Me and my grandma used to grow them. And then there's 2 butterflies for both of my sisters.
Ooh, okay. What made you get it like right on that area,
I
or,
don't
like the
know, I
shoulder-ish
just liked
area?
how it looked.
Because I guess
that
then,
shoulder.
because then like I don't know if you cared about like hiding it or all that, but
It's like I can hide it if I need to, but at the same time, like I can show it pretty easily.
yeah.
And then also like I kind of want a sleeve now.
Yeah, because I feel like you want to get a totally inked up sleeve.
I kind of want to
or
get a sleeve now. I also really want a leg sleeve. But I don't want to get that while I'm still playing soccer. Even though it would look so cool.
even like just a
soccer
thigh sleeve for now,
Yeah.
and then that might work.
Just get a sleeve from here to here so it shows between my socks and my shorts.
Yeah, just like
yeah, just like there to there.
What was I going to? I can't remember. What? I say I'm not really a tattoo person, but if I ever were to, I think a sleeve you got to, or like either the finger ones. I kind of like those in between,
Oh yeah.
or even like the wrist, or like even get like a tattooed bracelet.
I'm thinking about maybe like I'm either gonna make this a full sleeve or do it so it's like a tattoo from like here to my elbow, so it's like opposites. So it's like a sleeve altogether. I don't know.
I think that'd be interesting, but I don't know. Maybe just a plain sleeve. What would you get on it to make it more sleeve?
If I got this one as a full sleeve, I would just continue the peonies and the butterflies and stuff. Maybe throw in another quote down here. And then I have no clue what I would get for this one. Literally today, I was looking at leg sleeves for inspo that I could get.
just like going through Pinterest
Yes,
and all that?
I was like, bro, I want a leg sleeve so bad.
Do you feel like might be too basic to do like get a soccer ball tattooed on you?
Oh, I would not get a sleeve.
Why not?
That just seems so cringy.
I can kind of see that.
Oh.
It's like, oh yeah, hey guys, I play soccer. If you didn't know already.
Just soccer ball right on my shoulder.
And the next thing, so you're thinking sleeve overall, and then maybe even a leg sleeve. Is that it, or
I want a leg sleeve.
you gotta be like the guys that like get just plain black on that?
I'm thinking what I may do is this is my mom and my sisters and my grandma. I may like continue it to a couple other family members down here.
Oh, that's cool.
And then I may make my leg sleeve like my own family. Like when I have a husband and kids and like my own pets. Like I have my own pets now obviously, but like the first dog that I own myself, I may like make that my leg sleeve.
Oh, I think that's cool.
So it's like family up here that have raised me, and then family down here that I'm like trying to raise and encourage.
Yeah, that's really cool. And then the last thing, are you a fan of Starbucks?
Yeah.
What's your go-to order?
Hold on, I need to pull it up because I don't even have it memorized. I
you
just
got,
use
like
the app. I just use the app.
How much? I guess can I predict the price? Is it more than $5 for what your go-to? Oh no.
I think so.
Oh, see, that's the thing.
I'm
Like I
pretty
can't get
sure.
Starbucks that often.
They have a new Frappuccino. It's
Yeah,
funnel cake.
yeah. I was about to
Strawberry
ask
funnel-
if you think I should get that.
I'm about to go try it now.
I might run to get it
Like
like right
that?
after this.
That doesn't sound too bad. Let me see. So, it's a vanilla sweet cream cold brew,
Okay.
and I add 3 pumps of caramel syrup, extra caramel drizzle, and I get white ice. Do not get white ice every single time you get Starbucks, or get no ice, because they just like they fill
They
the
tax
whole
with the ice?
yes they
All
like
right,
fill
I'll do that. Or
they
next
fill
time.
the whole cup up with ice, and then it's like you get you get the size of a tall drink wise because of all the ice.
You get 2 like big gulps. And
It's
that's it.
$5.50.
$5.50.
Not too bad.
And how often do you get it?
I get it a lot before work on Saturdays. And
Okay, if
Sundays,
it's like
but like I work 13-hour shifts a lot on Saturdays,
So you
so
need
it's
it.
like yeah. And then whenever I'm teaching a full day from 8:30 to 4, I normally get coffee before that.
Oh, it's not too bad then. But yeah, 5 if you do 5-7 times a week, you better be getting paid a bunch, because then you're drained. Because I was thinking, do you think I should get the funnel cake?
Try it. It doesn't sound. I'm gonna get a small one because it's like sounds kind of gross, but also at the same time sounds kind of interesting. I don't know how they would like make the funnel cake, because funnel cakes can be like so greasy.
Yeah, because I saw they had like funnel cake pieces and like actual strawberries and all that.
Funnel cake pieces in
Yeah. Then that kind of does make it sound gross, because like then you gotta like just chew it a little
like
bit.
chewy, like squishy, and like with the whipped cream.
See, now I might not, because either that, I haven't tried the mixed berry refresher. Isn't that the? Because I love the strawberry, so that's my favorite. Then the kiwi star fruit. Oh, it's refresher.
I've had the mixed berry once. My mom's coworker's sister works at Starbucks, and like she'll just like bring home a bunch of stuff and give it to him, and then he just brings it to school and gives it to my mom, and then she just brings it home and gives it to me. Mm-hmm. So I have had a mixed berry, and I mixed it with lemonade, and it was really good. So
okay. Do you think I should get lemonade with it, or I haven't had any other
lemonade? If you get a refresher, add lemonade to it.
Okay,
and you can also ask them to blend the ice in it, and it turns it into like a slushie.
Are you serious? Is that like a thing you can do in the app? You gotta ask them.
You would have to order that like in person to ask them to blend it.
So just say, I'll blend the ice.
Yeah, just blend it.
I might do that with the refresher, and then I'll remember to get the mixed berry.
Yeah. I do that. I get those sometimes at, like, tournaments where it's like, oh, I want a little bit of, like, something with sugar in it before a game.
Okay. See, because, I got paid, like, $170 for doing something for TV. And I'm like, oh, it's Starbucks time. Because once I have money, then I can do it. I got money to blow. Might even buy, like, a PlayStation 5 or something.
Not with $170.
Hopefully, I might be getting, a scholarship that they don't write to IU and me.
No, I feel, Branson.
Yeah.
His $20,000.
Like, I don't know what he's going to do.
His tuition is $1 a year.
And I think that was before we got the Tamika Catchings one, too, right?
That's the $20,000 one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was before that. That was, like, just from the school in his FAFSA. It was $1 a year.
So, like, I don't either. He has $20,000, or they, like, Purdue does some BS where they're like, oh, like, they ride it with him, and he can get, like, a super good dorm or something.
Yeah.
I couldn't even imagine.
I told him to sign it over to me. I was like, just hand it over.
Just donate a bunch.
Literally.
Thank you to Ruby. We had a lot going on in this. Talked about everything. Went past how long we got. But thank you. Good luck to the rest of your career and everything. Definitely going to be seeing some big things from you. Excited to see. Excited to stay posted. Maybe even get like a updated one in the future. But yeah, that would do it. Hopefully, sending it to Mr. Gabe Wells. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm joined by Mr. Gabe Wells in an interesting location compared to everything else. How are you doing?
Guest.
A special guest. How are you doing?
No, I'm good. Thanks for having me. Gets me out of class for a little bit, so down for this.
Exactly. I mean, especially you said weights. So, what are your thoughts on your weight class?
I actually really like it. We got a new teacher recently, which I just learned his name after 3 months of having him as teacher, so that's kind of bad.
So you're like, sir, what are we doing today? Is it like that?
Yeah, it's the same with like our old coach too. I'm like Miss Scouty. I think we had first semester. I didn't say her name all semester.
Oh, you guys switch coaches?
Well, like, I don't know. It was weird. I don't know why actually, but she's still here, but she doesn't teach our class anymore. But I never said her name. I just said Miss and kind of like died off for a little bit. But no, he's very nice. I feel like I've gotten a lot stronger doing all of that. So
that works.
It's good. It's a good program.
Because you're probably in medium weights for soccer, right?
I got put in light weights. I know, kind of hurt. No, I couldn't fit my schedule, so I got in light weights, and the coach has to spot me the entire time, and so I can't. Like, he makes me go more than I want to. You're good. Thank you. So like, if I feel like I'm gonna die, he's like, "No, you can do one more." And I'm just like, "Well."
Like, no, I can't.
Exactly. So it's good though. It's nice.
I think that's great. Some I feel like might have heard already. Where are you going for college?
IU East.
IU East. I do. It's once the camera goes on, everything is blank. Because I remember you told us about that. What mascot are they? Is it the Eagles? Probably IU East Eagles.
The Red Wolves.
The Red. Yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah. And that is in not Kokomo. Where's IU East at? Richmond. You're
doing great.
Okay, see, I'm looping everywhere around because I'm going to college already. Starting off, how long have you been playing soccer?
That's a good question. I know sometime before kindergarten.
Even before then?
Yeah, because I started wrestling in kindergarten.
You did wrestle. Oh my!
I did. I know. Then I remember at that point I was already playing soccer. So 3 or 4, sometime around that.
Okay, and then then did you start in like the kiddie leagues, and you probably went into or what was your journey as in terms of like level of playing? Because I know you got to high school eventually, but you also did club stuff, right? Mm-hmm. So what was your journey?
Yeah. So the first year you play soccer, we start young, like 3 or 4. These little tiny goals. And so that's when you're just randomly kicking a ball and hoping it goes in. So that was a blast. I did that at St. Francis, my first ever club. I played there for a couple years. My dad coached there. Mm-hmm. And after that, I went to about 4 clubs in 4 different years. Oh.
Your bad teammate, did they kick you off?
Yeah, of course. They hated me, dude. Because I had this group of like 3 friends, I guess. And every time we went to a club, it was good for a year, and something happened every year, and then the team kind of went downhill. Not that the players are bad, it was just some bad circumstances. Mm-hmm. And so I finally ended up at Millennium, which is where I play now, and it was really fun. I like all the people there. I've now known most people I play with for like 5 years now, so it's a nice bond to have everyone. Like, I see everyone at high school, and then I just know I can go somewhere else after high school, get away from school, play soccer, just kind of just escape from everything. And then high school, I was varsity freshman year, which surprised me. I was not that great of a soccer player freshman year, though.
Were you like, did you play that much?
Yeah. I started at left back, which was mainly because I was athletic. I was fast, but I didn't have any technical skill. So they kind of just put me on and had me run around. And yeah.
So how long have you been in Millennium?
5 years.
5? And I feel like that's a lot of longevity compared to, I think Ruby said she's like, well, I can't exactly remember. I think not as long as you, because you kind of switch around, definitely skill level and relating to how you think you are, what kind of competition level you're looking for. And I don't know how long JC has been at hers, but I think it's interesting, because it kind of is a test for you. You're like, oh, do I want to play at this high level? Do I think I would fit in? Because it's also a mix of, wanting to be the best. That's definitely a competition thing. So you're like, oh, do I want to go with the lower? But also having a challenge, showing off your skills, and definitely the exposure that comes with it, right?
Yeah, that's definitely it. The team I'm at now, we start out rough, but it's a really good team overall. I think we were state runner-ups 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. So I don't want to go find like a not so great team where I can just be the best player. For me, the competition's the best part. So just knowing I have to compete every day to even earn a starting spot, it makes it more fun every time.
And even the competition, I'm sure, like, went over into the education side, you are ranked, less than 20, but higher than 10.
Yeah?
Higher than 15.
Mm-mm.
14.
No.
You're 13.
Wait, oh, you meant higher. Like, I thought you meant higher.
Oh, no, then I just started to guess.
I was actually right in the middle of 10 and 20. I was 15.
Oh, you are 15.
Yeah.
Oh, dang it, man.
You're close. This man's number 30, though. Yeah, number 30 in the class.
I was thinking about it because, throughout the years, I was like calculating, like, that's still top. I think I'm top 4% out of nearly 800 students.
I checked. I was like top 2%, so that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, so it's the math that works out. What was I going on? I didn't write any questions, anybody, or I didn't have time to. Because calculus homework, I have like doing that at home, and then writing scripts for Wake Up Warren. It's excuses that I'm making, but
I just wasn't important enough. Ruby got so much preparation, I heard. He said he wrote a full script of the questions to ask.
Well,
he comes to me like, yeah, I'll be honest, I haven't written any questions for you yet, but
I also wrote Ruby's like 15 minutes before I left to do her, so it's all kind of bad. What am I going to next? It's a lot going on. What was the last thing I asked you? I got it. So competition and like ramping and going in terms of education, how do you think you get competition education wise?
Well, like I'm one of those people who obviously I hate when I get a lower score than people. And when I do, I feel like embarrassed. Like, oh, you got a 95%, then I just don't feel I'm like, oh, well, you beat me and all that. But realistically, it's not what like drove me, I guess. That's kind of my parents. I had a really good freshman year. I think I was number 4 in the class. And then I kind of just died off sophomore year. I got a bad grade in AP World, and so I dropped to like number 31 in the class or something. So I dropped like a lot. But then my parents talked to me. Obviously, I got grounded for like a month or so, fun stuff.
You got grounded for dropping to 30? Or was it like,
it was just a
were
really
your
bad
grades
grade.
just
One of the
bad?
grades.
Okay.
It was a very bad grade. It was like a C or something.
Because, for academic honors. I guess you got to think about the scale and everything.
Well, so the problem with that is my sisters, they all came here. They were all top 10.
Oh.
Yeah, I had 3 older sisters, so I had such high expectations, and I'm not as smart as my sisters are. But I think the competitiveness really started this year. This year I was like, I really wanted to be like one of the top students. I really wanted to get back in top 10 and prove I was one of the top 10, top students and more. So yeah, I think it kind of carried over.
I think that makes sense. Because overall, how much do you balance, the harder classes and this is gonna be a long interview. I hope it's not long, because if I'm trying to like take one bit of what I heard and connect it back. With the classes that you take and the actual skill level of it, how much do you balance that, and how much have you wanted to, should I just take an easier class? How much does that go into the competitive nature?
I wanted to take easier classes, definitely. My counselor was the one who...
Yeah,
which is good. They push you. It's what you want in life. You want people to push you. And I wasn't planning on taking, I think, AP Gov or Econ. I was going to go with regular. But then they put me in AP. It's important. I kind of just ask my sisters, because they've all been through the process. I'm like, hey, what did you guys take? Because that's kind of competition, I guess. I'm like, I want to take what you did so I can do what you guys did, I don't want my sisters going like, hey, why are you taking such easy classes over there? So I asked them for a lot of advice on that. And I also weighted classes, the AP and all that, they're weighted. So I went to card classes to get the highest GPA I could get. Also helps with scholarships and all that. So.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. And also, I had it again. I had a question in my head and it slipped away.
I'm just breathtaking.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
I might have to like really edit this one. Okay, I got it.
Yes, you love this.
So since you're planning on going to college for teaching, I'll probably try to circle back around to that. But I'm going for college for teaching, and one thing I thought about, if I'm going for media, I don't need to worry about the highest grades. And teaching, I don't think it's often that you see, because you're doing middle school, or you're planning on middle school?
I think I'm actually going to go to high school.
High school?
I don't know if I can manage a room full of middle schoolers.
Yeah, that makes a lot more, because do like Fortnite dance, if that's still even a thing at the time. But, if you're a teacher, I don't know if you see too many teachers that were like rank 1 or even like top 5 that end up teaching at a high school. So it might even be a thing that you had to tell yourself, like, it's okay that as long as you're trying your hardest and doing your best. And I mean, I wouldn't say don't worry about where you're at grade wise, because you're still doing very well. Are you over a 4.0?
Weighted, yeah.
Weighted, see? Exactly. Yeah. So overall, I think that's really good for you. And for wrestling, so when'd you get into wrestling?
Good question. I think kindergarten, one of my friends, his name was Will, I don't know him anymore, but he was wrestling. He started when he was young, kind of like when I started soccer. And I don't know when, but he was talking about it once. I'm like, I really want to do that. So I went to my mom, like, Mom, I want to start wrestling. She's like, really? I'm like, yeah, it'd be fun. And so I went to a wrestling practice over at Cathedral. They had a little kids camp. And I started in kindergarten. And I was okay. I wasn't great, but I was okay. And yeah, I started from there. I wrestled all the way to 8th grade. And so the story behind that is one of my friends, Thomas. I didn't know him back then, but in 4th grade, in like 3rd grade, we wrestled in the state championship. And he beat me in the state championship. Sad times. But then we ended up on the same team like 3 years later. And then I beat him twice in a row. So that's still competitive. That's fine. So before I knew him, he beat me. And then, but then I think I was the first ever 3-time city champ in that. That was really fun. Then I started Warren's wrestling program. And then that's when I realized it wasn't as good as I thought it was. Because there's a big difference between you go like little city Catholic youth league and then going to Warren. There's all those.
Because I think even then Warren was one of the top in the state.
Yeah, like even like the little like development program that I was a part of. Yeah, it was really good, and I was getting whooped on in practice every day by all the guys, and I was like, well, this is not good. But it was good because it made me a lot better as a wrestler, facing tougher competition, and then somehow I got really lucky, I'm guessing, because I won this state tournament thing, I guess, my 8th grade year. And then, which is funny, because the year before that, in the state tournament, I had lost my first 2 rounds and got eliminated just like that. And then the next year I won it. But yeah, it was fun. And then I kind of realized I didn't enjoy it anymore.
And then you just let it go.
I just let it go.
I think I remember I thought you had said you were a wrestler at least freshman year when we had met. And then you...
I started practice freshman year.
Yeah, I think.
And then I was like, this is not for me anymore, you know?
I don't blame you. I mean, because then you were able to focus on probably soccer more at the time.
Yeah, I do. Because soccer kind of started getting in the way of wrestling, too. Because I started... Yeah, 'cause I started practicing earlier in the year, I guess, back in January. That's when wrestling happened.
And you mentioned that, oh, no, where'd this go? You mentioned that you were on varsity your freshman year. Coming into the year, how did that make you feel, or coming into the season, I guess?
Soccer? I was nervous. And I felt bad. Because I was nervous. I feel like every game, I just get those, like, shivers. I'm like, oh, if I mess up, I'm just going to be, whew.
Come on, Gabe.
Exactly. Like, it's so I'm already a freshman. I already do all the freshman things. And you make a mistake. I don't think I made too many terrible mistakes. Obviously, I made mistakes. But it was very nerve-wracking. But it was also really fun. The team really accepted me easily. And the guys who older than me were all just very nice. They helped me develop. And it was fun.
I think that's great. And you mentioned that you did start out playing soccer very young compared to now. How much do you think you've grown, especially since you're going to play at the next level?
I would say I was kind of that kid who I'm a defender, right? And so I was just, until freshman year, I kind of just got the ball and I just kicked it, you know? I wasn't that great of a technical player. But these past couple of years, I really worked on working on my technical side of the game. And so I think I've gotten a lot better talent-wise. I focus on my touches a lot more, my just understanding of the game. So I've grown a lot from freshman to senior year. I think if I stayed the same as I was freshman year, I probably wouldn't be playing college.
Yeah, especially since, you said, how good do you think you were, since you said you felt like you didn't deserve to be on varsity as a freshman, but, compared to how much different do you think you played? I don't know what kind of question that is, but you can try to pick at it.
I would say, if I face my freshman self now, I would just absolutely obliterate that guy. Yeah, I'd be bad. I'm injured right now, which you know. But I still think that just knowing what I know now, I think I would just, if I would 1v1 him in soccer, it would just be ugly. Because freshman year me could not dribble past a guy to save his life. I could defend pretty well. It's what it was. But I couldn't, keep the ball or anything. And so now I think I just have more accuracy and everything, more just touches. And I kind of want to do that 1v1 against myself now, just to see the improvement. But yeah,
maybe one day it's gonna be possible.
Maybe you never know. Hey, I'm just a math teacher though, so can't.
So I want to go back to which one do you want to talk about first? Teaching math or playing at IU East?
What would go best for you, Mr. Interviewer, man?
Making this easier.
Go to IU East.
All right, so how has the recruiting process overall for you been?
Oh, I hated it. I didn't even do much. And there's these people who talk to 20 coaches at once, right? I was just I have to talk to 3 coaches. It's a lot of work for me to do. And so I try to reach out to coaches through email. But I feel during COVID, because your junior year of club soccer is when a lot of college coaches go to watch you, and COVID canceled my season for that. So it's hard to get coaches interested, I feel like. But then I finally got in a good communication with St. Francis, Indiana Wesleyan, and IU East. I don't know how much money I would have gotten at the other 2, but I really liked all 3 of the schools. But then I visited IU East. I loved it. It was really amazing. One, I never liked dormitories, and they don't have dorms. They just have these apartments amend off campus. So yeah, I can go to those, and it's just a small school. I didn't want a big school. It's smaller than Warren, population-wise.
Really?
Yeah, it's 2,000.
Wow. 2,000?
Something like that. I know. It's crazy. No, I'm downgrading in size. I didn't want to go to an IU school. That was unfortunate. Will is happy about that, but Ohio State fan. But I really like the school, so I'm excited.
I think that's good. Dang it happened again, Gabe. I had it.
You had it,
and then it went away. I'm so sorry to whoever's listening. Where was I at? Oh, man. So you mentioned IU East.
Yeah.
Is St. Francis here also, or in-state?
It's in state. Yeah,
Okay.
it's like 3 hours north.
Was playing in-state something like very important to your decision?
I wouldn't say it's more the fact that I was like, I want to go to school in Indiana. It's more just it was one cheaper costs. That's nice.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah,
And
like-
also,
Sorry, go on.
I mean,
No, okay.
It's your answer.
Since we have like 4 children in college, and my parents want to move house. I just want to pay for those extra costs, and yeah.
And you mentioned that your junior year of club soccer is normally when you get a lot of traction and everything. If you had, even if COVID didn't, because COVID canceled it all the way.
Yeah, like we had one tournament like early January in 2020, and then after that just canceled.
So even if you had a little bit or got some sort of normalcy for it, do you think maybe your decision would have been different, or the colleges that had attention on you would have been different?
Maybe, and that's why it's kind of hard to tell. I really like that I chose IU East, but I don't know, because that's when you invite just random coaches to come watch you play.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, I kind of like you. Let's start communication. But without anyone watching me play in person, I kind of couldn't get any traction with any coaches. And so I couldn't get maybe some of the bigger schools to look at me either.
Did you do some work like with having videos of you, or is that?
Yeah, so that's when, Huddle, that's like, yeah, I got, my friend also recorded on my club games. And then we had recorded the high school games. So I just took whatever film I could get and shipped it out.
Thank you for the segue for me. So for high school, especially this year, was it your first year being a captain?
I was one last year too, because every year they have 2 senior captains and 1 junior captain.
Oh, that's probably a big honor for you, especially last year.
I know. It was I was surprised. I didn't even know about it. I just thought it'd be 2. There's Kenny and Alejandro, the 2 seniors. I just assumed they'd be captains. I didn't do much as a junior captain. I just stood in the background, like took half the credit, but I didn't do anything. So.
How did the honor feel overall? I mean, because that definitely shows that the coaches respect you, and probably even the players. I don't know if the players have a vote in it, but it definitely shows like, hey, you're a leader now.
I wasn't as good as a captain as I should have been, but it felt really good actually. Just feel recognized, I guess. Because Warren, I love the program here, and we made a lot of steps to get better. I think my first year, we made like the second round in county. We were a good team we were an okay team all 4 years, but I feel like we made a lot of steps to go in the right direction. And so to feel like my efforts in that got a little rewarded, it felt really good to know.
And I guess transitioning over to, or no, your guys' season ended. Was it a part of the state tournament?
State tournament, yeah.
You won sectionals, or no?
No. So we got to before sectionals, we got to the county championship before losing. And then we got to sectionals, won our first game, and then lost our second one by a goal.
Oh, okay, so that might be like semifinals, sectional semifinals, something like one of that. I'm
That
not
sounds about
exactly
right.
sure.
Yeah.
And that's the farthest you guys have gotten. Wasn't it like 5 years as a school?
Actually, it might have been. No. County, I think, was the farthest. We made it in county in like forever, 5 years. Sectionals, I think we went to the semifinals my freshman year too, and last year.
To open the door. Oh, that's already open.
Suspense.
And then overall, I have no clue.
I saw him walk past too. I didn't.
Dang it, man.
You got distracted.
This is a bloodbath. So for your teaching career, what made you want to be a teacher?
So we had foster kids like 2 years ago. There's this 2-year-old boy. I don't even know how much of this I'm supposed to say, but I can say what I can. I don't know if I'm supposed to reveal. I don't even know how this works. But we had like a 2-year-old boy and a 4-year-old girl, and they were adorable, right? I love them so much, and we had them for over a year actually. And the boys stayed in my room. So, but just having that experience with the kids, I'm like, I really liked like spending time with them, playing with them, and just helping them in certain situations. So I'm like, I would kind of want to spend my career maybe doing something with kids. And my first thought was like a child service worker, like help with the foster program. I don't know why I got out of that. I think it kind of wasn't what I didn't know how much time to be spending with children if I did that. So I backed out of that. And then I was like, maybe I'll just be a kindergarten teacher or something like that. Teach little kids like I did with the foster kids. But then my mind, I'm like, there's no way I can keep control of a classroom of little kids. And there's always that fear that like if a kid like chokes on like a Lego or something, it's terrifying.
What were you planning on doing before you decided teaching might be it for you?
See, that's the problem. I had no idea what I was gonna do. I had a couple ideas, but realistically, you didn't know the doors open? No, yeah, that was open. I knew that. I just didn't know. But no, I had a new like option every year. But I think that before I decided on being a school teacher, I'm like, man, I'm gonna be a vet. I love animals and dogs. Then I learned you had to be like 8 years in college for that. And I was like, that's not what I'm going for. Because I was like, I want to get out of school as fast as possible. Funny enough, now I'm going to be in school my entire life teaching. So there's that.
I mean, I think it's definitely going to be a payoff because especially, or what made you go from kindergarten to high school in your choice?
It was a very gradual thing. At first, I'm like, I'm scared for this health of like the little kids. You know, I don't want anyone like to jump.
Kids just throw up out of nowhere.
Exactly. Like things happen. I don't want to be responsible for that. I don't want to get like a call getting sued for
something.
Exactly. So I moved up. Like maybe I'll just do like 4th or 5th graders, right? But my mom teaches in middle school, and I remember just how young those kids actually are. They're like 8, I think, in 4th grade or something.
Yeah, I think I remember. I was 8 too.
And still, I was like, man, I kind of like it a bit more. But then I also thought, I don't want to teach every subject. Because no offense to my amazing teachers, I don't like half the subjects, you know? Like, they don't interest me. Like, English, we have a great teacher, Miss Dogood, but it's not an interesting subject for me. And so I'm like, I don't want to teach all the subjects, which if you taught at like at like the 5th grade, you'd have to do that, I think. You have to teach all the subjects.
Yeah.
And then in middle school, I think I considered, because I could do middle school math and just do that. But the problem with that is if you get I don't know why I don't do that. I think I didn't know how advanced math would be. And I kind of just want to teach more advanced math. Not AP Calculus, it's too hard to teach.
Maybe even like Algebra 2.
Yeah.
Like that, because I think that's a fun year.
Actually, that's a fun year.
Especially if you have sophomores. That's like, you can be big in the development of kids. Because, like, I mean, like, I think I don't know if I said it in this. Am I okay? I don't know if I said it in this interview or not, but Mr. Roberts, has been one of the most influential teachers, personally for me, and he was in our sophomore year.
Oh, he was one of my favorite teachers all year.
Exactly.
Yeah, he was great.
And sophomore year was my favorite. A lot of big things happened and helped make the enjoyment. So I think maybe Algebra 2 for you might work.
That's what I was thinking, somewhere in that like age range, like freshman to junior math somewhere. Because it's also fun to teach. Yeah,
because that's the thing. And a lot of teachers, especially because we had a teacher appreciation video that we made, they're like, "Oh, I teach because of the connection I can make with the students and like touch their hearts." And with you, I mean, sometimes they do like move people from middle schools to high schools or vice versa. So you might even be able to get a touch of both, or even your choice to do high school could maybe be like recency bias just because you've been in high school for like what felt like forever. Yeah. So even they'll probably do cadet teaching at IU East. I'm sure they do.
Something like that. Because I know I'm majoring in mathematics, and I'm going to minor in secondary education.
Okay, that makes sense.
And that also means if I don't like teaching for some reason or another, I can at least go and take another math-related field. I just want to do something with math. It's fun. It's like problem solving.
Yeah, what makes you like math so much? Because that's not really something you hear.
It just feels like there's an end to it, Like you get like a sense of like relief. At least for me, like I'll finish a problem, like oh my gosh, I actually did this. It's so cool. It just feels like a giant puzzle. And all my other classes, like not all the other ones, like it's kind of like writing. If you write a paragraph or something, you don't get the satisfaction of solving it. And so math just feels like a puzzle. You complete it, you feel accomplished, and yeah, I don't know, I just enjoy it. I feel smart when I do it too.
My dad would get along with you very well. He loves math, like way before I got into like calculus and stuff. I don't know if he remembers all that, but he definitely helped me with a lot of my math homework and everything.
That's good. It's funny because my family hates math. My mom's a social ed teacher, and she taught math for 1 year, like 2 years ago, because the old teacher got fired. And she came home every day saying, "I hate math."
Really?
Yeah, so it was unfortunate. So is my sister. She's gonna be like a special ed teacher. Yeah, we got family teachers now.
Oh, that's cool. Like a whole bloodline. Oh my gosh. So, do you think if you do like even at a high school or middle school, do you think you'd be a soccer coach for them, or even wrestling? Now that you've been involved in that.
I want to teach soccer. Yeah. I don't know if it'd be for a high school. Actually, I didn't even think of that. That's smart, Christian. On a roll. I was thinking like a club team, but high school would be so much easier. Yeah, I do want to be a I do want to be a coach somewhere though. I don't know exactly what kind of soccer coach or what like age group I want to do, but I don't think I'd be ready to part with soccer right after I finish college. So
I think that makes sense. Do you think might be one of the coaches that, or one of the players in general that, you know, you feel like you want to keep it going, so you want to keep coaching, or do you think it's like a situation like, oh, Jordan couldn't coach a team, like he was good as a player, but wouldn't work out as a coach? Do you know which way do you think it's going to be for you?
you don't think I'm gonna be a good coach?
I wouldn't know.
Thanks, Christian. Anyway, no, I don't know. It's always that thing where like I don't know. I guess you play like basketball with a bunch of friends and all that. Or even you watch like the NBA and you wonder like what moves you'd make as a coach. You know? In the middle of every game, I always think I'm like, how would I play this if I was the coach? Like who would I sub in and all that kind of stuff. And so I really have no idea how I'd be. But I feel like I've had a lot of good coaches over the years that I could just like not steal, but like use a lot of the drills that they taught me. And if I just took enough of like the drills that I got from all my coaches, who are all good coaches, I feel like I'd be okay.
Well, I mean, we'll have to see. I'm excited to see what you have going on. Big question, we are nearing 2:20. Would you like me to wrap this up, or would you like to keep going?
It's up to you.
Yeah,
I have nothing to do all day, man.
I have a few more questions. These are big ones. First one, what makes you so nice? You're, I'd say, the nicest person I've ever met. And even when some, bad things have happened, you never really let it affect you. I know you joke about it, but you roll it off and you're like, oh, well.
Realistically, a lot of people are just nice to me. And that's a big problem.
You're also, a very likable person. That's
Thanks,
the thing.
Christian. But so that's the thing. Like you're nice. Hector's nice. A lot of people I associate with.
I think you keep going.
A lot of the people I associate with, they're already nice, And so I think in my mind, I'd feel bad if I got mad at someone. Like I don't. I just when there's people being nice to me, I feel like even if like they have a moment of irritation, I would just feel so bad afterwards if I were to be angry at someone.
Yeah.
And that just like lurk with me all the time. And so I just kind of try my best to not get mad at people. And I just try not to have problems with anyone. I don't know. It's weird.
I think that's great. I mean, like you're saying, you're kind of watching everybody else to see like how they react and everything, because then you can act accordingly and all that. But still, it'll help you very in life.
I mean, I had a quote as the front screen of my phone for a while. I forget exactly what it was. I actually have it real quick.
Oh, you're good. Got him grabbing from his backpack.
It is.
Warriors, go.
All right, when you're given the choice between being right or being kind, choose kind. And that's kind of something I use. Like even when I know I'm right in the argument, or I feel I'm right in the argument, right? I'd rather just make amends rather than having a giant argument of who's right over a situation that won't really affect us in the next week or so.
That really hits a lot.
Yeah, right? So that's why I keep, like, every time on my phone I see it, and if I'm having, like, a certain thing with someone that day, or maybe I'm not in the greatest mood, I see them, like, why am I having a big deal about this? I can just, instead of making this person further, like, more angry over something, I can just, be kind about it.
You could even be like a life coach or a counselor at a school. Helps a lot. Next one, I'm looking at the questions I wrote. So I have the two topics that we're going to go on for a while with. And the other one's just how long have you been playing soccer. So I tried.
You tried.
I tried.
That's all that matters.
Right.
You know what? You did your best. I know you're busy.
I'll let you get a sip of your water. This is going to be a big question. I'm probably going to use this to preview on Snapchat and all those clips.
That's terrifying.
How one out of 10? How was your freshman year experience?
9.
9.
The only reason I subtracted points because I didn't one of my classes. I'm not gonna say I don't know who watched this
Was
stuff.
it the subject of English?
It was the subject of English.
Okay, we'll leave it there.
Yeah. Moving on.
What happened with the bracelets?
The bracelets, yeah. So my family has a thing where you don't get a phone until you get to high school, right? And so I finally got my mom's old iPhone 5, good old hand-me-down. And like the third month I had it, I swam in a pool with it. So that was a goner. And
They
so
wouldn't get you one?
What?
They wouldn't get you a new one?
Not at the time. I think I had to wait a little bit. So in my mind, like, I want to get a phone as fast as possible. So I got to make money to buy this phone. And somehow I thought selling paper bracelets for $1 would be enough revenue to buy a phone. And so I made like 2 of them, believe it or not. I mean, like
Just 2?
I went around selling these paper bracelets with whatever design people wanted. I don't even buy one. People paid me before I even gave them the
That's the
bracelet.
thing.
So I got like $5.
Oh, you only got, I thought you like sold a lot more than 5.
I give refunds, okay?
How many in refunds?
Not that much, man. But yeah, and then I sold these paper bracelets, and then I never made the paper bracelets. I got asked about them for like months on end. I'm like, I'm gonna make it this weekend just for you guys.
Then you said that for a lot of weekends.
It even came up last year too, junior year. I forget why.
Over quarantine, you technically had a lot of time to make bracelets. But you did.
Thanks, Christian. But yeah, like even over summer, like I'm like, over summer, guys, you're all gonna get your bracelets. Just wait for it. I don't even know how I would do those. Like, how do you make a paper bracelet?
I think there's like tutorials on WikiHow or something.
Okay, because the way I did mine, I just kind of like folded a paper a bunch of times, drew a little design on it, and folded it and stapled it. It's a terrible design.
The effort level is there. I think that's the main thing. I remember I thought about getting one freshman year, but I ended up not because I was like, 1, I don't have money. And 2, I was like,
You didn't buy one of my paper bracelets?
I did not. And I felt
Dude.
bad for a little bit, but then when I saw the scam that it was, I was like, I'm glad I didn't get this.
I was like the biggest scammer throughout high school. And not only because of that, like every day at lunchtime, even like second period, people like, you know, people pack lunches. I went up to them.
oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I
was like-
forgot about that.
Everyone who had extra film like, hey, do you want that? Can I have something in your lunchbox? And they would, I think out of guilt, they just said yes. I think everyone hated me because of that.
You know how many snacks out of my bag that I was
Yeah.
like, oh man, I brought this today. It's going to be good. Oh, yeah, you can have it, Gabe. It's okay.
Thanks, Christian. You're the best, man. And then I did this to everyone. And then like even when people who wouldn't get the school lunches, I'm like, go get school lunch for me real quick. Just like,
Wait, that was back when lunch was paid too. It wasn't free.
just be quiet.
Oh my gosh, you're in too deep, Gabe. That's
I know.
bad.
I was such a bad person. You just called me nice, and I'm just scamming people for their money and food.
It's all good. And then you did eventually get another phone freshman year too.
Yeah, I cracked that one.
Because, do you know why?
Someone dropped my phone.
Why'd they drop your phone?
They're clumsy. Okay, you can't have a phone and not expect me to toss it to people.
That what?
Like, that is what you're supposed to do with phones.
No, use a phone as a phone. You
No,
can't
phones
toss
are
it.
used as like 50% of a way of communication, right? 50% for entertainment purposes. And my entertainment was chucking my phone as high as I could at people.
100% entertainment for you.
Exactly. Without them knowing I was going to throw it.
I think I dropped it a few times, and I was like, why would you throw it? I couldn't do anything because my reflexes were horrible. And then I was like, oh, it's going to crack. And I didn't know what to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you weren't the best at it, I'll admit.
Yeah, now I am, kind of. I think you did it like a few months ago, and I was like, Gabe, why are you still doing this?
Maya, do you know Maya in our grade? She's at the top 30, yeah. She got really good at it because every day I walked into math, I'd say, Maya, guess what? What? And just tuck it at her. And she got pretty good at it.
I mean, sometimes you did like toss it, but sometimes I think you added some force to it, and I didn't want to get hit by it, so I would rather, dodge out the way.
This was my most scared moment while doing that. Is I was outside by the track on the concrete part.
Oh no!
And someone's walking. I forget who it was, but I trusted them fully, right? And I said, "Hey," and they're like, "What's up?" And I flew on as high as I could, threw it in the air, and they stood still, watched it, hands by their side, and watched it just hit the ground in front of them. They didn't even try to catch it. And it wasn't even cracked that moment. It cracked. Someone dropped on like a carpet. It was a small carpet. Like that was actually one of my small throws. I'm like, guess what? It was like waist height, just a little toss.
Gosh.
And then it just shattered on the carpet.
I don't think I was there when it cracked. I just remember you. I remember you were still trying to use it. Like once it cracked, and you were probably even still trying to toss it. And I was like, Gabe, shards go everywhere. It's not good.
Well, we eventually got the screen replaced. But once we did that, the power wouldn't charge.
Oh.
And because the power wouldn't charge, we got to go get it fixed. And the people who were supposed to fix the charging problem ended up not fixing the charger problem, but also broke my home button, so I couldn't hit the home button anymore. Oh, no. So I like turned off my phone every time I wanted to get back to the home screen. And then we wouldn't even, I was still supposed to pay for it, they didn't fix anything.
That's so bad.
And so we ended up with this, which has not been broken.
Is that a 8? That's an XR. What am I doing?
Yeah, I think it's XR. And I've still tossed it at people.
Is the back of it shattered? Because that's glass too.
I'm not gonna check that right now.
I wouldn't be surprised. See, it's a black. You gotta have a black case, so you wouldn't know.
I wouldn't know. We're not gonna check that either.
Exactly. And unfortunately, it's not one. I feel like time. I gotta get you home. It's Friday when we're doing this, so get you home, get me home. Long week, K through 8 day.
Which hey, he's looking pretty good.
I am repping it. Don't have the glasses because that's a lot of work, and it's plus my bad.
What did you like better, the glasses or the wig? Because he put on a wig earlier this week for.
Just because.
Because
it was I say the wig because the glasses. I'd say it's iconic because of my Vines and people like find the videos and they're like, oh my gosh, look at you.
You posted Vines. I'm so sad I missed that.
Nobody knew I'd posted Vines, but then I just posted them after Vine shut down, and they're like, oh my gosh, because I had them on my phone and all that. There are some worse ones than the ones I have that I wish I could find, but you can't track.
Because when you posted on your story this morning, it said 4 years ago. I'm like, geez, this is actually.
And that was I think longer than 4 because it might have been 2013.
Oh, you just saved your camera roll.
I saved it back in 2017 when it shut down or whatever. So that's how long ago. Longer than that.
I didn't even have a phone when you bought it. I actually missed out on the Vine part of my life, and I'm so sad.
I'd email it to you.
It seems
but yeah, K through 8 day, all that. I want to sometime later on. I want to keep it going during IU. That's 225, 229. Okay. I want to keep it going, and I want to be able to actually get a full interview with no time restraints, with actual questions that I wrote.
I would love to.
Exactly. You deserve it.
Thanks.
After everything.
Yeah, I do deserve it. No, it was good. It was good. It was fun. Thanks for having me. It's just super fun.
I say for working on my toes, my memory, I need to work on that because I was
well, I think it's hard when you didn't have time to prepare either because you came straight from another interview, right?
Yeah, we were doing stuff for radio. I was live on there for that. So it is a lot of stuff.
So when you go from live to immediately setting up for this, no time to gather your thoughts, I'm sure it's hard. I couldn't do that.
Because that's just the thing with this week, especially because we're doing a lot of planning for senior week and for the Gab and Gown and for the senior events, and then for these, which I think I've interviewed 4 people this week, and then I got to edit them, and I haven't played basketball in 2 months, and I want to so bad. All that stuff. We got to get you playing basketball with us, playing tennis with us sometime. I just don't want to injure you because I don't want to be the guy messing up your education.
Oh, no, it's okay. I'll blame you.
But then IU East would send me a bill, and I can't afford to pay that.
Yeah. But, we both know you beat me in basketball and tennis. So.
Yeah.
There's no question about that.
I'll train you. But then Will beat me, so it's like a chain effect.
Will's just not fair either. He's so long.
That's why we need him on our
Senior Olympics team. We usually walk to the car together. He was by himself today.
Should I text him and say
he's probably gone already?
Sorry.
Yeah, say sorry.
Gabe busy.
Yeah.
I got him.
Add him to the.
But overall, thank you so much, Gabe, for joining me. This will do it. This is the last one of the senior. What did I say I'm doing with Ruby? Soccer Star Special, Warren Central Soccer Star Special. That works.
Before we go, I just want to say, I think I'm the first person who he hasn't bought food for in this interview either.
Well,
not to throw shade or anything, but I felt kind of left out of that.
I mean, we've been at school all day. I don't want to drive Popeye's biscuit. I did that with Ruby.
I know, I saw that, yeah.
So
Ruby posted on Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
Well.
I mean, then better than nothing. Would you rather have spicy wings? See, I spared you.
You spared me. I would have been crying this entire time.
Just imagine we ate something like here's a piece of cake. Here's your slice.
Thanks.
Here's mine. and then you can
ASMR.
You can take it on the way home.
Yeah.
This is the last one that I'm posting, and then next week, next Monday, Malcolm Brogdon, that big interview. Thank you, Gabe, for joining me. Thank you to everybody, and peace out.